Title: A Night with the Cold Duke. They say fate visits quietly, on nights when the moon is full, and the heart is unguarded. My name is Yeonhwa. I was a nameless maid in the royal palace, until the night I was summoned by the cold duke. They called him Duke Seo Jin-woo, feared by the court, cold as winter. And yet, when I stepped into his chambers, he looked at me with heartbreak in his eyes. He whispered, "You came back." My wife froze. His wife. I laughed. Had to be a mistake. Me. A maid. Married to a duke. Then, he showed me something. Jade ring. The same one hidden inside my hairpin. Suddenly, my head ached. Flashes of a secret wedding. Cherry blossoms falling. His voice. His kiss. Promise made beneath moonlight. "You saved me," he said. "You were the royal bride chosen in secret, before the war. But when the court turned on us, they erased your memory. They made you a maid. But I never forgot." Outside the window, a shadow moved. Someone was listening. Someone who still wanted me gone. Suddenly, it came back. The betrayal. Poison. The advisor who whispered lies. They'd stolen everything from me. Even my name. The doors slammed open. By royal command. The maid is to be arrested for impersonation and treason. But the duke stood in front of me. He drew his sword. "If you take her, you'll take me too." We ran. Through secret tunnels beneath the palace. Breathless. Terrified. Free. We found shelter in the forest. Small house. Quiet fire. There was no crown here. No power. No titles. Just us. "Do you still want me?" Yes. "Even without the palace?" He smiled softly. "I never wanted the palace. I only wanted you." As dawn broke, we walked hand in hand. Not as duke and maid, but as two souls who had once been torn apart, and finally found their way home. That night changed everything. I remembered who I was. Yeonhwa, the woman the duke never stopped loving. And together, we rewrote our fate. But love, even when found again, must be chosen. The fire crackled gently, its warmth chasing the cold from the small wooden cottage deep in the forest. I sat on the floor, wrapped in an old blanket, my head resting against the chest of the man who once ruled armies, and now held me like I was his entire world. His heartbeat was steady, like mine. I was quiet, but inside me, storm. "Do you think they'll come after us?" finally asked. He looked down at me. The same man who once ruled the court with fear, now looked at me with softness. "I don't know," he said. "But if they do, they'll have to go through me again." I laughed. A little. It wasn't a joke, but somehow felt safe. "Back then, I used to dream," I said, "of wearing silks, eating fruit, dancing in a garden. I never imagined I'd be married in secret, then forgotten." He reached for my hand. "I never forgot," he whispered. "I remembered your laugh. The way you looked at the moon when you thought no one was watching. And the way you said yes, even when you were afraid." A tear slipped down my cheek. "I don't remember everything," I confessed. "There are gaps. Whole months. Just missing." He nodded. "I know. They took that from you. But they couldn't take your heart. And I see it, right here in front of me." Closed my eyes. What was I now? Not a maid. Not a noble. Not the girl who first stepped into his room trembling. I was rebuilding. "I'm scared," I said softly. "Not of them, but of myself. Of becoming someone I don't recognize." "You won't," he said. "You'll become someone stronger." There was silence between us. Not empty. Comforting. "I keep thinking about the first night," I whispered. "When you looked at me and called me your wife. I thought you were mad." He chuckled. "A little. Only a little. But when I saw you, I knew. Even if your memory was gone, your soul was still the same." I took a deep breath. And then, I reached for my ring. The jade ring he gave me. The same one I had worn in another life. Another time. I want to remember everything, I said. But even if I don't, I still choose you. He blinked, as if stunned. You do? Yes, I smiled. I choose you, not because of the past, but because of now. Because in this silence, I feel alive. He leaned in. His lips touched my forehead, gently, like a promise. No more palaces, he said. No more secrets. Just us. He nodded. And for the first time since my memory returned, I didn't feel broken, felt whole. That morning we stepped outside. The forest was quiet. The air smelled like dew and sunlight. Hand in hand, we walked across the field. No titles, no guards, no lies, just love. And when I looked down at my hand, the jade ring caught the light, like it was glowing. It no longer felt like a relic from the past. Felt like a key to a future we would build from nothing. I stopped walking. He turned, confused. I took both his hands. Jin-woo, I said. Let's make a vow, not as duke and lady, but as equals. He nodded slowly. We build our life, I continued. Not with power or revenge, but with peace. He smiled. I vow to protect you, he said. To stand beside you. To never make you forget yourself again. And I replied, I vow to love you not as the girl I was, but as the woman I've become. That morning under a quiet sky, with no witnesses, and no throne watching, we said our vows again, and this time, no one could take them away.